Hello, makers and planner friends. Happy New Year. Welcome to my planner stack, my very absurd 2025 stack. It's not all planners, there's sketchbooks, there's a commonplace book, etc. Let's go through them in some sort of order that makes sense. All right, friends. I think I might have picked a solid plan for how we're gonna go over these. The amount of books we have here might give one pause. But these are not all an everyday thing. Several of them are a when I feel like it thing. If it is a once a day thing, it's very quick. Oh, wait. I'm missing. Hold on. Good grief. All right. Just when you think, holy crap, girl, dial it down, I dial it up. So, this is my Hobonichi pouch. And I keep my 2 Hobonichi weeks in it. I'd be embarrassed if I actually gave a shit. I can see how this might cause one to be embarrassed about their life choices, but fuck it. So I put on these 2 patches. They were just iron-on. I have not done much else. I do notice it picks up like every little thing. I currently have no idea how to use all of these pockets. There's like a bazillion. I thought about putting maybe my tiny icons, mini sheet things in there that I potentially would use in there, but I haven't figured that out yet. You know, it's 5 days into the year, so I'm still shaking out exactly how I'm using all of these things. Speaking of pouches, this is the pouch I keep my Hobonichi 5-year in right now. I haven't made a cover for my 5-year as it is a brand new start and a new size for me. This is just the Delphonics small in this grayish color, with a pen and an ollie clip, and I have some Midori clips, index clips in here, a little notebook, and yeah, some pens. I'm working on figuring out what exactly I want in it, but it's cute and adorable and I love it. All right, let's get down to business. I'm gonna start with the randoms because that'll just be quick. Okay. These are on along the lines of the when I feel like it's. This is like a play journal. This is a Midori Codex. So MD notebook, Midori, yes, it's the Codex. So just dot grid pages for me to play around with. I want to have this full at the end of the year. I haven't even started it. And God willing and the creek don't rise, I'll have one for every year, which I think will be fun. But I can do collage, I can play with watercolors, I can doodle, I can whatever I daggone feel like in this book. Maybe some memorabilia that doesn't fit anywhere else. That's what this little baby's about, and I daggone love this little cover I concocted. It's some vintage ledger paper and then some vinyl stickers and things that I've procured. Love it! This is a really cheap Amazon sketchbook, rather thickish, textured. It's got some tooth to it paper that I'll play around in. This is a class, I believe, on Patreon that I was working on. So I'll take notes and do class stuff in here. Play with new supplies, sketch some stuff. So it's a whenever I feel like it. This is my current commonplace book. So again, whenever I feel like it. All right, easy. When I did my videos about potential planners I was going to get this year, these weren't even in the list, and yet here they are. So, this is the JR Journal Anytime, Anywhere journal. If you saw any of my flips last year when I was in the N1 Sterling ink, this was on the cover, and because I love it, I've just carried it forward to this book. And this is going to be a collection of quotes for me. So again, in theory, when I feel like it, but I have dated it, and the way that I'm doing it, I'm trying to put one for every day. I may put a couple at once, get behind and catch up, whatever. But then I take they're just short quotes, you don't have a lot of room. And then I take the overarching theme of the quote and I catalog it up here. So I know there's a happiness quote by Tolstoy on January 1st. And then I can go there and see what that's about. And then here there will also be collage type stuff, stickers, doodles, whatever, when I have, maybe a evening or a weekend where that strikes my fancy. Similarly is my hours journal. I have not used one of these before. I've also not used the JR journal before, but I was wanting to see what it was about. And this is basically my joy journal. But I do gratitude. It's just like a little list for the day of something I was grateful for that day. Like treats that keep Knox busy. I had gotten him new treats, and one of them he was chewing on for like 2 hours so that I had some peace. And I was here for that, and I was so grateful. So that's there. And then for the daily bits, again, I'll write something that brought me joy that day. I've been quite down recently, if you know, you know. And I thought it would be good for my mental health to pick something each day that brought me joy so that I'm paying attention. Like knowing I need to have a thing to write in here each day. Pay attention to the glimmers. If you don't know what a glimmer is, it's the opposite of a trigger. Basically, those things that just, yeah. You can Google that. So I'm trying to pay attention to that throughout the day so that I'm not focused on sad, anxiety, negative. I'm shifting over to what is so good about this day. Highly recommend. 5 stars. So like my bedroom is all tidy and it is helping my anxiety tremendously. When I have a lot of clutter around, which I always do because my house is too small for my hobbies, it adds to my anxiety. And my anxiety recently has already been elevated. So I was like, I need to go to certain rooms, bedroom being key, and just like get rid of any clutter, tidy it up, make it a lovely space. And I noticed that it instantly lowered my anxiety. Now I need to carry that over to the rest of my house. Like the hallway, I got rid of packages that had been sitting in the hallway for far too long. And I try to pick up all the dog toys every night just so that when I get up in the morning, there's not excessive clutter, because my boy, he loves his toys. And it's helping tremendously with my anxiety. So again, on a weekend or evening, I may come in here and decorate, but this is supposed to be low stakes, low pressure. Who cares? So I could get halfway through the year and not have decorated, and that's gonna be all right. Okay, moving on. Oh no, wait, we have one more random, not a part of stacks. This is my health journal. You've probably seen this before if you are familiar with my videos. This is the same one I used for the second half of last year, you know, before life exploded. And I'm doing all of the same sorts of things. I'm only quickly going through some of these because I'll have bigger videos later about how exactly I'm using each one, but you can always look back at past videos. This is a key for tracking fasting. I'll put a dot so I did a 16-hour fast, finished up a 16-hour fast that day. And then here I put down some exercise that I intend to do. So far so good. Steps for the day. I finally broke 3,000 steps yesterday. Goodness sakes. And then, where are you, my bro? Habit tracker. This, when I track my meals for the day, I will also note whether I had food, a non-caloric drink, or a caloric drink. And then each week starts with this, or I do my meal planning, what meal prep I might want to do, any notes about that, shopping lists. There's also pages in here where I track the weight, but nobody needs to see that. And then as you get into the dailies, this is where I like food, non-caloric drink, that color coding, blood sugar numbers. I had some cray munchies this night, so just whatever. And then in the back, I do a lot of graphs and charts, which again, all pretty much the same as what I did in past videos. Getting my nerd on. Two things I added is walking tracker, how many miles basically, and then this pain scale page with pain notes, because it's a thing. Your girl has problems, and recently it's been pretty bad. Probably inflammation and crap from all the bad holiday foods happening. Anyways, that is my paper test designs daily notebook part 1, which are health planners for me. All right, let's get to Sterling ink. This is her little, what does she call these? No one knows. They're skinny little notebooks. I actually have two. I have one in the standard traveler's notebook size, the N1, because this is a little keep it in my wallet situation, and my wallets are traveler's notebooks. This is my customized olive passport size, which is currently my wallet, which is why I'm not showing it in use in here. I took it out, and all I do is write the absolute basics, some holidays and birthdays or whatever, and then appointments and what the heck else is going on, so that if I am out and about, you know, most people use their phone, their calendar in their phone. No, I don't. So there's that, simple. And I mimic the same thing in the N1 size so that when I get the urge to switch to a bigger book, I will have it. This is an old Hobonichi cover from what, 3 years ago, and then a Sterling Ink A6. And this is for my studio stuff, my side hustle. Not a lot of that going on right now. I'm tracking YouTube followers. I am tracking with this color-coded system. Did I do Etsy? Which it can be as simple as checking to see if I have an order and beyond. Did I do anything? YouTube. It can be as simple as checking to see if I have any comments or doing this subscriber tracker. Simple. Instagram, did I post anything? Story? Anything. Or was I engaging? Whether that was comments on mine or going and commenting on other people's posts, I would track that. And I put Patreon, but I'm not sure how that's going to shake out. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to start that yet. I could change this to something else. We'll see. Did I do anything admin related for my shop? Whether that's logging receipts or going through emails or anything like that. And then studio is, did I create stuff potentially for the Etsy shop or whatever? Did I make journal covers? Did I make rings inserts? Did I make sticker, like anything? Anyone? For that, I will track it. And then this is a weekly horizontal. Oh, sorry, I skipped the monthlies, didn't I? So at the start of each month, I track my followers on YouTube, Instagram, and my Etsy shop. And then I will put a YouTube video whenever I have posted one. Any other notes that are necessary, I suppose. And then over in the weeklies, I have this, which, like, what do I want to work on today? And then any steps to get that done or notes about doing that. And then in the very, very back, so far, all I really have is this breakdown of the colors I have currently picked for my new brand, etc. All right, that is the Sterling Ink A6. Oh, I love this. This gives me life. This is the Sterling Ink B6 Slim, and it is my spiritual woo-woo, call it what you will book. For instance, and I haven't figured out how I'm going to use all of those. This probably will be an index. I don't really have any solid goals to break down here for myself, and I have no idea what to track here for this particular topic. I obviously have not come in and checked these off. Need to do that. But the gist of the daily effort. Okay, first of all, I put woo-woo related crap in here, like moon stuff or whatever's. On New Year's Eve every year, I pull 13 tarot cards, one for each month, and then one overarching card for the year. So I noted what that card was here. They're grim, y'all. The outlook is not good. Many of them came reversed, which just automatically makes it a more negative situation. So what I propose is at the start of each month, I look at this, and if it's grim, y'all, then I know, okay, all right, what steps can I take to turn that around because we don't want that. So let's be proactive, because 2025 is looking a little horrifying in its present. Lack of direction, lack of control, aggression, emotional trouble. F off, reverse chariot. I'm not here for it. So we'll have to do some works anyway. So this is my last week. This was my 2025 card, which wasn't as horrifying. Balance, generosity, emotional maturity, caring. We're here for all of that. I track the moon phases here. I'm using some stickers that I had laying around. These are by Paper Geek Co. And then I always pull an angel card first. My angel cards live in here. And they're just these little guys with one word on them. Then I pull from my Oracle deck, which currently is Woodland Wardens. I freaking love this deck. This artist is everything. Jessica Rue. And it makes me happy. And then currently the actual tarot deck I'm using is the Future Ancestor Tarot. It is not a traditional deck. Needles are swords, and the booklet gives you this really succinct explanation of the card that really isn't what you would expect in a regular tarot deck. Anyways, I love it. So this is actually, at first I was using that and another deck, and then I was like, I can't have all the decks out here. So I switched, and I'm just using that one for right now, and I'll go through my decks as I feel like it. Anyways, first is Angel card. Then the second one is the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck, and the third one is Tarot. Just happens to be that deck right now. Over here, I'll do whatever notes. I haven't filled this out yet, but I will sometime today. And I've already set up this for next week. And I will play as needed. And then back here, I will do certain study. This is sort of Book of Shadows-y. Taking notes on what I learn about crystals, or essential oils, or herbs, or plants and flowers, moon phases, whatever, study of such nerdy things. This is a bookmark from Paper Haunt. Anyways, that is my little woo-woo book. And we are plugging away. All right, Hobonichi time. Whoop, whoop. Did I save the best for last? I guess that depends on your personal opinions. And I really hope that this has all been in frame, because god dang, I don't want to redo all this. This is an easy peasy. This is my Hobonichi Weeks, the Mother 2, maybe. I don't even play stuff like this. I don't know anything about this game. The colors just did it for me, and it made me happy. So this is where I am taking notes on my Japanese study, which basically means I'm doing nothing with the monthlies or anything up front. And I'm just rolling straight into the weeklies. And presently, I am just effing around with Duolingo. I do have some actual, like, Japanese study books, or a course I paid for a year ago that I can play with. But right now, I'm just easing in with Duolingo, and I'll take note of what they've taught me. Some tips that Duolingo gives at the beginning of a not lesson but unit, I don't know. And then, like, here they finally said, hey, how about you go learn some of these characters, which I'm horrible at. Anytime that I've started this process, I am horrible at reading Japanese. I cannot get my brain to remember all of these characters. Hopefully this is the time that it it works. So I skipped a little bit so that I can keep taking notes on the characters. And now I've moved into a different part, but yeah, konnichiwa. This is my workhorse planner of the year. This is my Pistachio Weeks Mega. And basically everything potentially happens here. There's a little Noxie. Oh, also, in this and my cousin, I got all of the Coffee Monsters Co. kits. Like, I'm normally not a kit person, and I doubled down on that shit this year because I got the cousin size and the week size. I'm real committed. And I've already put them all in here. I was sad, and I didn't want to do anything, but apparently put in all the kit stuff for each month. Anyways, this was December. That's essentially how it's being used. I'm putting a happy moment, 4 of them each month. A quote down here. Happenings and shenanigans. And ditto. And then over in the weeks bits, you can see there's stickery happenings. There is is it the Alistair method? Sort of this week. This is some stuff I'd like to get done. If I had days off, I will do that, as well as apparently noting it there. This is more appointments. This is more holidays, notes. I should do this specific day kind of a thing. And samesies. These are some washi stickers. Carry On was coming out on Netflix that day, so if I'm watching TV and I see that or I'm checking email on my phone and I'm being told a movie's coming out or whatever, I grab this and I'll note it. I'll grab this for everything and I will note it. A little laundry tracker. Liquor store run, because I was going to try to make holiday drinks. Samesies. Okay, and then in the backpack, I have this. And then Helen at the Coffee Monsters Co. told us which Tombow would likely match the kit for the month. So every month I will note those here. I'll probably put a photo here from December of something. I haven't finished it. I'm only halfway through actually drinking what came every day in my Tea Lovers Advent calendar. And then I'm noting whether I liked it. Like, I might buy it or it was just whatever. Over here, gifts that I bought people for Christmas, what I spent, etc. I try to spend the same amount on people so that somebody's not like getting too spoiled. Packages I'm waiting on, and then the drinks that I potentially was going to explore. I didn't make all of them. I made these, and I'll tell you right now, Eggnog White Russian was a winner. And then January. And I will do similar throughout all of those pages. Workhorse planner of the year. Here we have my Hobonichi 5-year A6 size. And what I want to do all year is this sort of thing. I'll do the weather every day and then some bigger thing from the day. My puppy keeps escaping from his insanely expensive Diggs Revel crate. I have emailed them. They're going to potentially try to help me figure out what's going on. But like, that thing was freaking expensive. And at this point, I feel like I'd have similar luck with a cardboard box, and it would be free. Because presently, he keeps escaping. This is like the 3rd time that he has just walked on out. And this time, I was next door at my mom's for maybe 10 minutes. I came back and he had the bathroom garbage scattered all over the bathroom and the hall because he got out and I didn't realize. Anyway, that was fun. These are two records I got for Christmas, and I listened to them this day, so I'm noting that kind of thing. It'll be a media tracker as well as a highlight from the day, or low light. Yeah, I really want this to be full at the end of the year, at the end of 5 years. So I gotta commit. This is my Hobonichi A6. I believe this is the olive cover. And this is Knox's journal. This, sad note, I started to keep a journal for Dutch like 2 weeks before he died. Just in a Moleskine weekly. So it was just a couple sentences of something about him that day. And yeah. So that didn't last. But when I got Noxie, since I got him in October, I just took I did a lot of entries in my Hobonichi cousin about him. I didn't want to start a whole book when the year was almost up. So this is his 2025 journal. Excessive perhaps, but he's a puppy. There's a lot of stuff, you know? There's a lot of stuff. I'm tracking certain things about him. Did I do his nails that day? Ears, teeth, these wipes I have for his body. Did he get a full-blown bath, which is a freaking nightmare? Was there training that day? Did he walk? Did we go to the dog park? Did we have a good play session? A snuggle session? And a brain thing, like an enrichment toy or something of significant mental stimulations, I guess. And like teeth, that doesn't mean I'm brushing his teeth because we're working on that. He's very bitey still, but maybe I give him an enzyme coated whatever. I'm counting it. So those are his habits. And then stuff like this, dog park, mini walk, training at Mark's, bought him new foods, some boosters at the vet, etc. That sort of stuff. He got his flea and heartworm majiggity walk, more food, blah, blah, blah. And then a page a day about whatever. Like this is just a quotey thing off social media that I chucked in there. It's hyper. And then over here, I'm tracking his time out of his kennel. Again, it'll be, you know, a long time before he's not kennel confined, because boy can't be trusted. Yeah. That's what I'm doing in that one. And then I guess this is the big mama of the show. Okay, for those who are so keen about this cover, love you. And yes, I still plan to make them and put them in my Etsy shop. I just wanted to use my prototype for a good long while to make sure things turn out how I want them to. It's holding up great and nothing's fallen apart. I mean, obviously it's fabric. You don't want to get cray-cray like you can with something like this, but one thing to note is I might need to make it wider so that when they chunk, like this is a brand new Hobonichi cousin basically, and it already does this. Doesn't bother me. You just tie it closed, right? But when it chunks, it's higher and higher and higher. So anyway, thinking about that, pondering, doing the things. It'll be a hot minute because, you know, when am I going to make journal covers when I have so many planners to play around in? Anyways, we'll figure it out. If you've seen any of my flip through videos for my Hobonichi cousin, I'm doing the same thing. Same Z's throughout, pretty much. Except these are habit trackers. Same here, except I am tracking the books I read that month. don't be impressed. A lot of these were on the shorter side and done as audiobooks, like I'm Not Magic. Appointments, birthdays, holidays, things of note, etc. And then the weeklies, same sort of party as I did before. Here I did a meal tracker. I'm not sure I'm going to continue to do that. It's just so that since I'm in this the most, I have it here, even though it's already in my health planner. This may shift to something else, like maybe what exercise am I supposed to do that day? I don't know. This will probably fluctuate a lot. And then this is primarily highlights and such. If I want to read more about it, go to Knox's journal. Whatever. Yeah. We'll see. It will evolve. Always does. And then turning the page to the new year. My word of the year is reinvent. Probably will put photos here. This page, I always come back at the end of the month and put photos, highlights of the month here. And then here's like weather, to-do list stuff, or scheduled appointments. And then journaling, basically. I still have to fill all these pages out. And that is my Hobonichi cousin. Y'all, them's my planners and journals and sketchbooks and things. That's a lot. And I'll be honest, it is not likely that all of these will make it to the end. It's not likely that all of these will make it halfway through the year. But, you know, we're here. We're having fun. I will tell you one thing I've started to do. I can't show you because it's on my phone. One thing I've started to do just to make it easier for me, maybe it will help you if you're a multi-planner person. I've started to take some notes. I'm doing it in my notes app presently. I may just get a plain notebook to do it in at some point, but like the amount of time that this would all take me if I had to touch each of these repeatedly throughout the day would be absurd. I would get nothing else done. And I have a honey badger, a puppy, who takes a lot of my freaking time. So I'll just put notes like, what time did I eat and what did I eat? My blood sugar was this at this time o'clock, majiggity. Knox was out of his kennel from 7 to 9. I'll just put it all in a notes thing, and then I really only have to touch this once. When I sit down to do the daily journaling bit for the day or whatever, I can look at that notes thing and boop, 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 done. Instead of let's pick it up at 7 o'clock, let's pick it up at noon, let's pick it up at 4. That's absurd. And my memory is shit. So that's how I'm helping myself and conserving some of my time in a day. This one, I kind of just work in throughout the day. Okay, that's my tip for the day. Just jot down some notes and then go plug it all into these things when you can. Like if I have a moment of joy and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one, just jot it down. Jot it down, and later when you pick up your hours journal, in my case, write it in. I think that's going to be the game changer for me for the year, and my only chance at being consistent in these little nuggets. Okay, that's all I got. I'm peacing out. I hope you had a wonderful holidays, whatever your holidays look like. Hope you have a fantastic 2025, y'all. We need it. Fingers crossed. And I will see you in the next one, which might be a December flip through, but my December daily pages were bleak. Empty, Have a great week, and may you make a whole heap and heck of a lot of wonderful memories worth keeping.